Hey guys, today we will be simplifying radicals with variables. In the last video, we simplified radicals, but let's try it when we have variables a part of the radical. When we simplify radicals with variables, it's very similar to when we simplify radicals without variables. Let's look at the example square root of 144x squared. We would know that 144x squared is just 144 times x squared. And we know the square root of something is the same value multiplied by itself to get the value we are trying to find the square root of. So let's do 144 first. We know that 144 can be broken down into 12 times 12. Since we have two 12s, it's the same value being multiplied by each other, we can just take 12 to the outside of the radical symbol. Now all we have is x squared. We know x squared is just x times x, where the same value is being multiplied by itself again, so x can also go on the outside. So now we have 12x, and inside the radical symbol is just a 1. Square root of 1 is just 1, so that doesn't matter. It's 12x times 1, which is 12x. So square root of 144x squared is 12x. Let's do another one. 5 cube roots of 54x y to the 4th power. 54 can be broken down into 6 and 9. 6 can be broken down into 2 and 3, where we have our prime numbers there, so we'll circle them. And 9 can be broken down into 3 and 3. Again, we have our prime numbers. Let's look at our index before we do any grouping. Our index is 3, so we need to find the same value 3 times. We see that the same value 3 times is 3. So we'll group 3 together and leave 2 alone, since there's only 1. So now it would be 5 times 3. 3 to the cube root of 2x y to the 4th. Don't forget the cube root. There we go. We know that y to the 4th is just y times y times y times y. We see there are 3 y's already, so we'll group those together and leave the 1y alone. So now we'll take y to the outside of the radical symbol. So now what we're left with inside the radical symbols is just 2xy. And what we have now is, on the outside is 5 times 3 times y cube roots of 2xy. So our answer, because 5 times 3 is 15, you add on the y is 15y, cube roots of 2xy, our answer is 15y cube root 2xy. So 5 cube root 54xy 4th is 15y cube root 2xy. Now we're going to do some practice problems. I wish you try these on your own and then check with me. 10 can be divided into 5 and 2. Those are our prime, so we'll circle them. And if we look at our index, there is none, so it's a square root, and none of them are being multiplied by itself again. x to the fifth is just x times x times x times x times x. And we can circle our groups because when we look at our index, there is none. So we can circle our groups of 2. We have 2 x pairs, so we'll bring them to the outside. So now what we have is 9 times x times x. Square roots of 10 x y to the 9th times z. Y to the 9th is just y times itself 9 times. Okay. And now we gotta find our pairs. We have 4 pairs of y's, so we'll bring 4 y's, like y times y times y times y, to the outside. We know that x times x is just x squared, so 9 times x squared, and y times y times y times y is just y to the 4th. So we'll have times y to the 4th. Then we'll have square root of 10 x y z. So our answer of 9 square roots 10x 5th y 9th z is equal to 9x squared y to the 4th times the square root of 10x y z. Let's do one more. 260 can be divided into 26 and 10, and 26 can be divided into 13 and 2. There are prime numbers, and 10 can be divided into 5 and 2. Again, there are prime numbers. Let's take a look at our index. Our index is 3, so we need to find the same value times itself 3 times. Since we don't have any there, 260 stays inside. W to the 9th power is just W times itself 9 times. And then we find our trios. We have one trio, a second trio, and a third trio. So W times W times W would come out. And since there's no other W, no W would stay inside. So now we have W cubed times the cube root of 260 x squared y 4th and z to the 5th. X squared is just x times x, but since our index is 3, that doesn't matter. Y 4th is y times y times y times y. We do have a trio in there, so we'll bring y to the outside. So now we have W cubed y to the cube root of 260x squared z to the 5th. And we're going to add our y. So now z to the 5th is just z times z times z times z times z. we have one trio in there as well, and we'll circle it and bring it to the outside. So now we have w cubed y z times the cube root of 260 x squared y z squared. So our answer of the cube root of 260 times w to the 9th power times x squared times y 4th times z 5th is w cubed y times z times the cube root of 260 x squared times y times z squared. That's how to simplify radicals with variables. I hope I helped in making math a little less hard for you. Catch you later. Bye!